Good evening, familia. My ones for life. It is your favorite Puerto Rican Brooklyn Philly here, and I just felt led to just jump on and give a message to Leo. Leo, I kept hearing this message is for Leo. I channeled a message from Spirit prior to turning on this camera, and it reads as follow. Apologize, I had to grab the spec. It get different. That vision get different. So something about maybe seeing things clearly, right? Maybe they're a little blurry, but because once I threw on the glasses, I can see clearly. My glasses are for reading purposes. So maybe reading into something, having to get clarity into something, that you will receive the clarity, right? And it's interesting because the message says, trust in thyself. Listen to your intuition. Believe in the best, that you are deserving of the best, that you can reach the heights you dream, that it is not impossible. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams go, life is a barren field filled with snow, and you're the sun. And I almost heard after that, like, damn it, puñeta, never forget. Right? And that was the channel message. Now, it's interesting is talking about trusting, right, and believing. And then maybe these are for some Leos who currently you're in a space where you don't see things clearly, right? I'm hearing where, you might be in the middle of the tunnel or in the middle of the journey, and you can't clearly see to the end. You can't yet see the light at the end of the tunnel, but believe, right? And then not just believe, it is admonishing you to believe in the best, right? And not only to believe in the best, but then believe that you are deserving of the best, right? So there's this sense of not only just believing, right? Because there's one thing for me to tell you, girl, believe. But then there's another thing for me to tell you, girl, not only do I want you to believe, but I want you to believe in the best, right? What is the best that you could believe, right, for yourself? Almost hearing like, and whatever that is, think even better than that, right? Think even higher. But then also, in addition to, it's kind of like marry that with, not only are you believing, not only are you believing for the best for yourself, but also that you are deserving of it, right? Because it is one thing to see that thing in the window and you believe that that is the best and you may want it, but there's another thing I'm hearing for you to believe that you deserve it, right? Interesting. I just heard this card really wants to show itself. Interesting. This card came out before. Thankful for triggers. Without them, the hurt would rule my life. It's interesting. I just put out a reading, and this is exactly one of the cards that came out. Again, Spirit must want it. Let's go again. Veil of the temple. You are the temple was rent, right? Veil was rent is a biblical reference from the Christian canon, the Bible, particularly in the New Testament, where it talks about when Yeshua, Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, when he was crucified, if that's what you believe, and then if that's what you believe and adhere to, that when he took his last breath, the veil was rent, which was like significance of now there's no longer this separation between man and God. No longer did man, human, right, man and woman, need to go to the temple, quote unquote, and or had this separation, right? They can go direct where the pastor, well, it wouldn't have been a pastor back then, it's in a synagogue, but where the high priest, right, the Sadducees or the Pharisees, the leaders of the synagogue would be the intermediary, right? Now you can go directly to God because the veil was rent at that time, and it comes from Matthew 27:51, and it says here, curtain that separated the second room, Holy of Holies, from the first room, the holy place. And It also, when I did this index card, I channeled that it was this separation, that there was this unveiling or this veil that is usually between the conscious and the subconscious being rent. So unearthing those things that are subconscious within our mind and our heart, blowing, mind blowing, heart blowing. So even, right, I'm even hearing now, even this separation that would keep one divided, whether you would just think, Leo, whether with just your mind and all in about logic, or you would be over emotional and just think with the heart, right? You would be kind of like stuck in one or the other. Now there's rent. I keep seeing rent. This veil has been rent, which was the separation between this conscious, subconscious mind and heart. God and, well, divinity, whatever you ascribe to. If not divinity, if you are like an atheist and you believe in, at least your higher self, a concept of higher self, right? This wisdom of, I don't know what I'm hearing, of achieving nirvana. That you can now do that directly, right? And then this last theme card comes out, odds against who, remember us, remember why we died. Wallahi, I will never forget. And then it's a quote from the movie 300, where at the end of the movie, the soldier is remembering Leonidas in the 300 and is saying, admonishing the men to do just that. But for me, it was the ancestors, particularly saying, don't forget who we are, don't forget why we died. And as long as you remember that, the odds would never be against you, right? And it's interesting, this card has come out in a previous reading not too long ago as well. So Leo, this seems to be like the theme where Spirit would like to kind of focus the message for you. I'm hearing this is a quickie but a goodie, and I'm being led to pull an oracle card from this deck for you, I'm hearing. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to follow Spirit, see whatever decks I'm led to, if multiple decks, if one deck, and just free flow. But this is definitely messages for Leo. Leo sun, moon, risings. Messages for Leo. Thank you, Spirit. What are the messages? Right? So far, we're Leos, you are being admonished to trust, right? I'm hearing in the Lord with all your heart, all your might, and not lean on your own understanding, right? Have this faith to believe in the impossible, or what may seem impossible. Not only is it possible, but that you deserve it. Be thankful for triggers. And these wanted to come out. And of course, oracles, I never take them upside down. And I'm hearing listen, efficiency, and yeah, I'm being led to put one on each. And I just saw lightning strike outside my window, like a real big flash of a lightning bolt. So I'm hearing something fast incoming, electrifying. One more, Spirit, please, and thank you. One more. What is the message that you had me jump on here for Leo? We're seeing this one. Reaction. Interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, clarity. Okay, so listen came out. They told me put it on top of thankful for triggers. Without them, the hurt would rule my life, right? So it's admonishing you, and it's interesting, right? Her ear is like, I just heard it's a portal. It's actually literally a portal, a canal, right? And your ear is a canal. Interesting, they do call it canal. But it is bringing you insight, right? A lot of the times, I just put a short up where I wrote trigger warning. We're afraid of the triggers. We warn people that they may be triggered. Triggers tend to, how can I say it, have not so good, negative connotations, right? Like, I don't want to be triggered. Oh, triggers hurt, or triggers make me lash out, or triggers make me cry, or triggers, unearth a well of sometimes pain and grief. But there is significant, right? Without those triggers, right? Alerting you, kind of like a car system. I just heard cars riding by with a booming system. But with that, so maybe when you hear a car with a booming system, the song that it is playing is going to be relevant. Maybe a message there for you. But anyway, nevertheless, they're admonishing you to listen, right? And there's this sensitivity to this listening, right? This listening is very important, because look at all the rainbow colors and everything on here. It is really unearthing. And I'm not hearing it's not unearthing. It is, oh God, now I'm hearing synaptics, right? Neurons firing up, right? Rewiring, now I'm hearing cell activation, right? So this listening and this deep tuning in, and I'm hearing now, within the subconscious and conscious, right? I'm hearing now the veil is very thin, but in this case, they're saying the veil has been rent, right? Usually we hear that the veil is thin now, and we kind of say typically around like Hallows Eve and things of that. They're saying no. The veil has been rent, particularly for you, Leo, right now. There is this portal that has opened up that is allowing you to listen to a frequency on a whole nother level that is going to allow you to understand these triggers on a whole different level, from a whole different perspective. And they're aiding you in that, right? And thank you, Lord. Thank you, Spirit. I hear you, Mama. It's saying that it's going to, not only this listening is doing all this activation right here, but it's I'm hearing like time portal, like oh God, sorry, the words are coming so fast. The portal jumping, right? Time jumping, right? It's going to be like in a sense of it. Like, it's going to be so efficient. So things that would have normally taken maybe years, right, to heal, or spaces and places that would have taken maybe years for others to jump into or go to, because they need it, usually things like that take time, our concept of time. Not for you, Leo. This, you're going through some type of activation related to, so if you've been feeling, like, oh God, I'm being triggered, and why is all this stuff coming up? I mean, we are currently in Cancer season, right? All of this emotion, this water, right? And it is unearthing all of this for you, but it's also time jumping. You're actually jumping dimensions, right? And it is speeding it. Not only is it speeding it, but it's making it more efficient for you, right? I'm hearing it's causing an intergalactic reaction. And then it's interesting, I'm seeing like these tears, right? So normally the tears that you would have been crying as a result, right, of being triggered, and maybe, for some of you who are in this place and space, you have connected more with your ancestors and your spirit guides, or with divinity, and you have felt more of a in tune with divinity in a way stronger than before, right? Sometimes, I know for myself, most of the times when I am triggered, that's when even after I fumble, because we all fumble, but that's when I run even more to divinity, right? For me personally, it causes me to, clamor and call out and cry out even more for the assistance that I need to get through those difficult times and to help heal, right? So this reaction, right, that this listening, this time jumping, this efficiency, this portal is causing this reaction, but not to be dismayed, that it is good. Like, if you are crying these tears are of gratitude and joy, even though they don't feel like it at the time, because it seems like it's more reflective of this trigger, but it's because you're acknowledging that it is unifying yourself more to a divinity and to your ancestors, and you're understanding that you can trust, right? And you're believing, and it's causing you to believe more yourself. And again, it's interesting. I kept talking about, right, when I first was putting on my glasses, it's giving you a sense of clarity. It's interesting. I'm guided now to this, but I saw it as like the amethyst rocks that I, usually see, those portals, those crystals. So maybe for some of you, yeah, now I'm seeing like your sacral or root chakra. I just heard even lay the amethyst there in that region of your body. There's healing. There's definitely healing and grounding, right? And clarity, right? And under here, look, we see connection. Yeah, you're reconnecting. Yes, I'm hearing you're reconnecting, Leo, right? And we talked about that if you hold fast to dreams, because if you don't, it becomes a barren field filled with snow, and that's impossible for that. How could you, the sun, allow for, without the sun, this snow age or ice age, or everything would freeze over? And no, not here. They're indicating, no, you're getting the clarity to turn. Look at this beautiful greenery, right? The sun is warmth. The sun causes things to grow, right? To live, to flourish. Without the sun, we would not be here, so yeah, we couldn't live, we couldn't exist. So those are the 3 cards. They said go ahead and leave the to put it up there. What deck now, Spirit? And they want me to put connection here on the other end. Hopefully the camera is capturing all of this. So grab this one right here, and we'll pull a couple of tarot cards. So Leo, I'm hearing you're entering and have entered already a very significant time in your life because of where you are about to, what you are about to embark upon. This new journey, this new chapter. I'm hearing old cycles are closing out. You're releasing and finally letting go. And I just heard of years of I just heard of trauma, pain, right? That you've been carrying around for years. And again, it's not I just heard it's not a negative release, right? It's not like, oh, I excommunicate this, or I dismiss it, or I rebuke it. You know what I mean? It is, here I'm seeing it's like an understanding, a compassion for yourself, a grace, of mercy that not only are you feeling is coming from your ancestors and from divinity, but that you are then giving to yourself finally, right? You are giving that to yourself as well. I'm hearing being the best friend that you would be to somebody else, the words of encouragement that you would give to another, to a best friend. You're offering that same type of love, that same type of grace, that same type of mercy to yourself. And it's powerful. Yeah, look, you're putting in the work, right? You've been diligent. Some of you have been working with the moon cycles to do your manifestations. You have been doing the work necessary to heal, right? Because you said, I want to be made whole. Yes, look, you've made the choice. Yes, because you want to leave legacy. You understand. Your ancestors are saying, baby girl, baby boy, and not baby. They say, correct that. Sister, brother. This is so much bigger. Yes, this is about you. Yes, you are individually important. Yes, we are individually assisting you, getting closer to you. There's nothing to separate you from me, divinity is saying. There's nothing to separate you from us, your ancestors are saying. Yes, we love you, and we are, yes, I just heard hyper-focused on you individually, but we are also doing it because we see the bigger aspect, that there is a bigger, that is much bigger than you, that it is about this lineage, about generations to come, that it is about legacy. Right now I'm hearing that song from Beyonce, Legacy. Oh God, I love that song. She makes me cry. Where she says it's bigger than what we see, than the lies that they try to, right? There's a part in that song in Legacy where she's talking about the deception of what they try to make us see, as opposed to seeing who we really are, and versus what they try to make us believe about ourselves. Leo, yes, it's so much bigger. As you can see, that there is purpose and there is choice. You're choosing, for some of you, it is this a union, right? It is a union with a significant other, right? But I'm hearing for most of you, it is about unifying, the unification of yourself, right? Your subconscious and your conscious, your yin and your yang, your masculine and your feminine, your light and your shadow, right? When did I say here? It's fully accepting all of it and embracing it, right? The triggers, right, are assisting you to, no longer be ashamed, right? But understand that all of it has made you who you are. That in order to be truly whole, you would have to see it, to see all of you and accept and embrace all of you. And that is a beautiful thing. I can't get that Beyonce song out my saying. Yeah, Beyonce, Bigger. It's called Bigger. Yes, Bigger. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think I could play it, Leo, because I don't know. The last time I tried to play a song, they gave me like these whole, they flagged the video for copyright. But I want to get to the lyrics. If you feel insignificant, you better think again. Better wake up, because you're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Not just a speck in the universe. Not just some words in a Bible verse. You are the living word, right? So there was this emphasis here on, right, tearing of this rent, right? The renting of this veil, this tearing of this veil that used to have this separation, right? When you embrace that you are the living word, there is no separation, right? There's this priest or there's this person above that can only know. I can go to divinity for myself. I am divinity. Divinity is me, right? You're a part of something way bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than we, bigger than the picture they framed us to see. Even now we see it, and it ain't no secret, no. Understand the truth about that question in your soul. Look up, don't look down, then watch the answers unfold. Life is your birthright. They hid that in the fine print. Take the pen and rewrite it. Step out your estimate, right? Which is going back to, thank you. Oh, Spirit, you're so beautiful, right? When it was telling you here, think bigger, right? Believe that you are deserving for the best, right? Step out of your estimate. What maybe those triggers or those past voices told you that, those past voices said that, what you didn't, who they tried to tell you were, right? Those negative things. No, you're part of something way bigger, right? Don't believe those lies, and take the triggers as blessings, right? For helping you to heal and see them for who they really are, which is your inner, I'm hearing the inner child in you yelling out, saying, I will not be denied. I will not be rejected. I will not be ignored, right? I will be heard. I do matter. I matter so much. I am significant to my lineage, to this world, right? To this legacy that I'm trying to leave, right? Look at the bottom of the deck, 2 of Wands, and I'm being drawn to this here. The Hermit, right? Yeah, right? Yes. And I'm hearing, look, you've elevated, right? You're looking at this thing. I know it's not the Hangman, but it's providing you a bird's eye view, I'm hearing, right? Because now you've ascended. Yeah, this is something. Remember, they said it was intergalactic. This is, again, I'm hearing this is with the time jumping that I was talking about with this efficiency, right? So this is you on the earthly plane looking, right? Saying, you know, this world. Where do I go next? What, you know, now that I'm embarking on this new journey, this new chapter in my life, where would it lead me? And I am deciding, right? We have all of this here with her, with the Two of Wands, right? And yeah, it was slow motion, but you finally get in here. I hope this card's getting picked up here. But this is you in the 5D, right? This is what's happening in the 5D while you're here contemplating in the 3D, I'm hearing. Right? Oh, that's so beautiful. Anything else, Spirit? Is there another deck? They said pick a rune. They want you to, a guiding rune. Let's do a rune really quickly. Ooh, child, it is pouring, raining where I am currently at. I am dripping all of a sudden, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm not trying to gross anybody up, but I am sweating. My body has like just heated up on a whole new level for some reason. And I'm excited. I'm like, my spirit feels like it just wants to jump out of my chest or something. My thoughts are like rapidly like going at miles a minute, whatever that saying is. A whole lot is happening right now. A whole lot is happening right now. Spirit, what room of direction would you like to leave Leo with? What rune of direction would you like to provide for Leo at this time? Thank you so much. Oh, did you see that? That thing flipped out. Oh, wow. Gebo, look at how beautiful. You know, automatically I see reciprocity, giving, right? Look at that, fireworks. Look, what's the god? The elephant god in the Indian. So for some of you, maybe this, he wants to work with you. And for some reason, this one wanted to pop out too. North is. Did you want this, Spirit? I mean, it did fly out. No, they said they had only wanted one. But, you know, everything is significant. And then look what pops out after I try to put it back, right? That, yes, that, thank you, Spirit, because there's nothing that's a coincidence. That it took your strength. I mean, remember we were talking about here at this Eight of Pentacles, you was putting in the work. You know, I'm hearing like the late night hours. Now I'm seeing the shadow work to do the healing that was necessary to not only find and finally become in union with your significant other to create this legacy. There's going to be some type of power couple. But again, for most of you, it was for you to unify with yourself and wholly become whole with yourself. But it took strength, right? You did the work, look, right? To become this lean and fit or whatever, you know, that wasn't overnight. That took physical fitness and strength. And then yeah, you were leaving. I mean, look at the contrast here. You worked hard, right? Maybe you grew up in a family dynamic where there was broken home, right? Where the wife or the partner was doing and taking on, you know, the children, and there was separation, and here they're working together, there's cooperation, here they're not, right? Where there was lack of cooperation and it took strength, right, for you to get here to Gebo, because this is the rune that, now I'm hearing it clearly, that is the rune that popped out for you. I mean, you've seen it in the video, I'm not making it up. And I just want to look up really quickly, give a little more of meaning. So yes, giving and receiving. The Gebo rune, also known as Gaifu, is the seventh rune of the elder Futhark and holds deep significance within the ancient Norse tradition. It represents the concept of giving and receiving and is often associated with self-sacrifice and generosity. Gebo embodies the principle of reciprocity, reminding us of the importance of cultivating harmonious relationships in our lives. So again, not only with a significant other, but harmonious relationships within ourselves, right? Because we cannot harmoniously be within ourselves, with who we are, or with another human being, if we're like not dealing with the hurt and pain and not healing the triggers, right, that were caused maybe from childhood trauma or past relationships or even upbringing that we saw. That again, see here we have reciprocity. Okay, there it was meant to come out. Look at the contrast. Here they're giving and receiving. There's reciprocity. Here there's lack of cooperation. They're not even looking at each other. Both people are frustrated and both people have their backs turned to one another. Look at this. Right? And this is the cycle that you're ending, right? And it took a lot of work. But baby, you look good. Tell me that don't look like a Leo. All day, every day, stop playing. That's the Leo for real, right? Anything else, Spirit? Oh, this is so beautiful. Anything else before I close out? Yeah, they want me to get... These cards talk about, career, finances. They might have something to say on that matter. Let's see if we pull one or two cards from here. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so if you have been a single Leo and you have been looking for a power couple, loving relationship dynamic, look, they're looking at one another fully and clearly. I'm hearing, I see you and I choose you, and I see you and I choose you. That's beautiful. And again, if not with someone else right now, with yourself, you're telling yourself, I see you and I still choose you. I love all of you. Hey, right? That's a beautiful thing, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see what messages for Leo. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Spirit. What messages at this time do you have for my precious lions and lioness, right? That roam and rule, right? And lead. Oh, okay. Oh, look at this. Unexpected income and new assets. Baby, listen. You seen that. That joint popped out on its own. I ain't say. For some of you, and again, please take this, use your, didn't it say, it wasn't the part of the message, trust in thyself and listen to your own intuition. That goes when it comes down to any reader on any platform, right? But I just heard from Spirit for some, if this resonates for you, don't make it fit. If you're knowledgeable and you know how to do this whole stocks and bond, stock exchange stuff, expect some unexpected income from that. And it would behoove you to get into that, or to kind of learn something about that. That's standing out for me. And something about assets, right? So now I'm hearing trading, accumulating new assets. Oh, and now I'm hearing you are going to get some unexpected income, and we're telling you to diversify and invest and acquire yourself some new assets. And they're talking about assets. Assets are very different from liabilities. And then we're hiring at the bottom of the deck. So some of you, if you're looking for a job search, if you're currently searching for employment, you will be hired. That is going to be successful. But and then I just heard for some, your unexpected income is going to help you bring in these new assets to the point where you will be hiring other people and employing other people. That's how fruitful this endeavor. Now, of course, that's not going to be for everybody. We're all on different levels on this journey. But yes, every Leo listening to this message, I heard from the sound of my voice, Spirit is declaring that some aspect of this in some shape, way or form, some more on a grander scale and others on a lesser, but you will be receiving an unexpected income that would allow you to acquire new assets. There you go. I almost lost my train of thought. Assets are just that. They're not liabilities. Assets are things that increase in value. You know, I'm hearing like Jay-Z and Beyonce when they said, I think it's in one of his songs, he says he bought paintings, right? Because paintings increase in value, right? Gold increase, well, depending on the gold, but anything that value goes up, and not like a car that you buy it and then the minute you drove it off the lot, it decreases in value. They want you to invest and diversify. Now I'm just hearing S&P 500s and things of that nature, and diversified accounts that increase, you know, they have a certain percentage increase per year. Again, I'm not anyway a financial consultant. I'm still trying to get my ish together with income. So I'm not trying to act like I know anything about this, but I'm just hearing what Spirit is saying, and I'm just following, you know, just saying what I'm hearing. So that's that. Yes, I'm being told to get one card from here. Okay, I thought this was supposed, they're like, no. Bonus, bonus, bonus. Give it all to Leo. Leos are leaders, right? Leos are loyal. Leos will spread this message, will share the wealth, right? I'm hearing you will become the lenders and not the borrowers, right? Yes. They're saying we have a win-win situation with our Leos, the Leos that do the work, right? What message? One card, Spirit. What final message would you like to leave our precious Leos with in this time of new journey, new cycle? They gave us two. Look at this. Anchor and journey. So I just heard very loud and clear, this journey that you're embarking, I know it feels like for many of you, and see, we're both, thank you, Spirit. So, you know, that, oh God, help me, I'm sorry, they're just coming. Okay, slow down. Let me breathe. We're all on different parts of this journey. And it may look sometimes like you're in this. Didn't I say that earlier? That's why that clarity. Yeah, remember clarity came out. Where's that clarity card? Right here. Clarity came out. Clarity came out. Yep. And remember I used like, you know, you're at the tunnel and you can't literally, for some of you, see the end of it yet. But they're bringing you now clarity. But to trust, right? That's what your channel message started off with. Trust, right? And your ancestors said, and divinity, like, trust in us. We got your back. Odds against who? For what? What you talking about, Willis? I just heard, right? They got your back, front, side, and side, right? That you're in different, on different aspects of this journey, and you may not see clearly your way out of the maze, but that you will be just fine. You will be anchored and stable. Stability is yours, right? And when I'm thinking of an anchor, I'm thinking of they being your anchors, right? Divinity and your ancestors, if that's what you aspire to. My disclaimer is I believe in them. And they're saying, and then the red door, again, this is for those of you who may have a Christian background. The red door, you know, is very significant and prevalent in Christianity. And red over the post of the door during the time of Exodus, when the people were leaving Pharaoh, and the plague of death came to, it did not touch the doors of those who were covered with red. Rahab tied a red string to her house, and when they came and invaded and did what they need to do, her house was left untouched. So there is an assurance, I just heard a blessed assurance for you to understand that you will be okay, anchored even though sometimes when we're going on journeys, it may be, scary, not to be afraid that you will be stable and anchored. And yes, I believe that this is the message for you, Leo, that Spirit and your ancestors wanted to impart for you today. They're saying, bring out La Bochinchera. Okay, so La Bochinchera in Spanish is the gossiper, the one that spills the tea. And she wants to say a little something, I just heard all of a song sing. She wants to say something to the Leo gang, right? She's saying, yes, I have something to say. Yes, thank you very muchos. I want to say something to my Leos familia as well. So what do you have to say, Bochinchera, right? She's saying, I'm going to tell you, but you ain't hear from me because I ain't the one that gossip, right? What messages? That just flew out. And usually when it flies out like that, court, legal proceedings, judgment and verdict, justice and fairness. So for some of you Leos, any of you who may be currently going through any legal proceedings, anything doing with court, anything that about a judgment or a verdict that is supposed to be had on your behalf, that is going to be just and fair, not to worry about that. What else, Bochinchera? I just heard, yeah, they better worry, but you don't. Interdependence versus codependence. You're moving from a place now where prior to this cycle ending, right, in your old cycle, you were more codependent, but you're moving into this, right, this new journey where you're leaving this legacy, right, because you've done the work, you've been healing, where you know how to interdepend, right, not codepend. So you know how to come together with your, I just heard kingdom spouse, interesting, or partner, where you can come together and be interdependent with one another, but then you know how to separate and have your own independence and autonomy. It's hearing like a figure eight. You know how to come in the middle and then go out. Y'all both know how to come in and out and keep the relationship viable that way, right? And one last card, Bochinchera. Oh, and thunder roaring on that. I don't know if the camera picked that up. They said confirmation, baby, right? There's this beautiful thing when I can take care of me and be autonomous and independent, and you can take care of you and be autonomous and independent, and then we could come together and take care of one another and be and be interdependent. And then look at what's the last card. Bochinchera said, que yo te dije, I told you. This is my season of receiving my soul connections. Primero yo, segundo yo, tercero yo. That means first me, second me, third me. Amen, amen, and ashe. So this is a saying in Spanish where it's teaching or admonishing the individual to understand that they must fill their cup up first, that they must look out for themselves. It's admonishing them and suggesting to them that they need to be selfishly motivated, not selfish, but selfishly motivated, in the sense that if I'm no good, if my cup is empty, then I can't pour out. So I have to always ensure that my cup is nice and full, that I am getting all that I need, and I am taking good care of myself so that I can have beautiful, positive soul connections with others, right? Both in my community and family, for my legacy, and in my individual life for myself, as well as in my partnerships. That's it. Booyaka. I just heard drop the mic. If you like the way I read and you appreciate that I just, along with my ancestors and guides and divinity, have poured into you, Leo, the easiest way to pour back, right? We just talked about reciprocity, right? Where did it go? Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me of that. That was the rune that anchored this for you. practice this the spirit of Gebo, right, which is giving and receiving, and the best way you can give back is at minimum by hitting that likes button. And if you think this message would be helpful to another individual, it doesn't have to be a Leo, but anyone else, sharing the video, and if you like the way that I read, subscribing. I want to thank my guides, my ancestors in divinity. Thank your guides, your ancestors, for showing up and showing out. We want to thank La Wochinchera, for giving us that beautiful departing message, right? And until next time, beloved,